Hello students, moving on to the next topic in system modeling and simulation, that is empirical continuous distribution. So we are talking about the inverse transformation, right? So the next type of distribution is empirical continuous distribution. The modeler has been unable to find a theoretical distribution that provides a good model for the input data. Okay, then it may be necessary to use the empirical distribution. Please try to understand, if the modeler has been unable to find a theoretical distribution that provides a good model for the input data, in that case we can go with the type of distribution that is empirical distribution. Okay, one possibility is to simply resample the observed data itself. This is known as empirical, this is known as using the empirical distribution. So we can go for resampling of the data. Okay, and it makes particularly a good sense when the input process is known to take on a finite number of values. Okay, um, we will be continuing this discussion with respect to the next section, that is 8.1.7. okay, for the example and all. On the other hand, the data are drawn from the what is believed to be continuous valued input or input process, then it makes sense to interpolate between the observed data points to fill in the gaps. So let us see that with respect to the example. We'll try to understand the concept by considering an example later. Okay, so this section describes a method for defining and generating the data for a continuous empirical distribution. Fine, let's see an example now. 5 observations of a fire crew response time. So okay, in terms of minutes, it is 2 incoming alarms have been collected to be used in a simulation investigating possible alternative staffing and crew scheduling policies. Data values are given: 2.76, 1.83, 0.80, 1.45 and 1.24. They are in terms of minutes. Okay, so sample data, 5 numbers are given. Okay, 5 samples are given. You have to go for the inverse transformation and we have to find the distribution. Before collecting more data, it is desired to develop preliminary simulation model. Just go through the description here. Preliminary simulation model that uses a response time distribution based on these 5 observations. Thus, a method for generating random variate from the response time distribution is needed. Initially, it will be assumed that response time x, please note, response time is capital X, have a range. So what is the range of value? It lies between 0 and c, where c is unknown. Okay, it starts from 0. So this is what the initialization parameter you have to set. Of course, we are not taking the negative value. Our discussion so far, whatever the topics we have considered, so in our discussion we have started the values from 0, right? So the response time, let us assume it lies between the initial minimum value is 0, maximum is c. So x is less than or equal to 0 and which is less than or equal to c. This is what the expression you have to, 0 is less than or equal to x, less than or equal to c. So this condition you have to remember. Okay, this is what the initialization, where c is unknown as I told you earlier, but it will be estimated. How it will be estimated? See, it will be estimated as c cap. Okay, the calculation part as per the thesis. So z cap equal to maximum value of, so or maximum of, so you find out which is the maximum value among them. Okay, xi from 1 to n. You observe here 1 to n, there are 5 different. Check here, concentrate here on the pointer. How many values are there? There are 5 values given, right? So you have to select out of 5, you have to select the maximum value. Which is the maximum value? Identify. 2.76, 1.83, 0.80, 1.45 and 1.24. Which is the maximum value? 2.76 is the maximum value, right? So you have to select the maximum. That's it. Very simple to remember. You have to select the maximum value. So that is what the value of c. So as per the thesis, value of x lies between 0 and c. So its minimum value is 0. What is the maximum value? That depends on the list they have provided. So the list contains 5 numbers, right? Out of this 5 number, the maximum value is 2.76, which is to be selected. Very simple concept. Okay, and number of sorry, value of n, that small n, that is nothing but number of samples they have given, 1 2 3 4 5 we have, so value of n will be 5, as you are aware of. There are 5 observations, that's it. Okay, then go through the next statement. For the calculation purpose, you have to arrange them in the ascending order. Please remember, in most of the distributions we go for ordering. So ordering of data is required here. Ordering in the sense, we are taking the least value first, followed by the highest value. So least value followed by next one, next least value, and so on, and the last one will be the highest value. So 2.76 should be there at the end. Check in the list which is the minimum value. The minimum value is 0.80, isn't it? Sorry, 0.80 is the minimum value, should be taken first, followed by 1.24, 1.45, 1.83 and 2.76, isn't it? So the smallest possible value believed to be 0 as per our discussion, right? So x0 you have to consider, x0 is 0. Anyhow, in the list it is not there, right? There are 5 random numbers or 5 values are given. uh, the least value is 0.80, we call it as I1. Okay, value of I is 1 2 3 4 5 different values we have, where I value of I starts with 1. So value of I, let it be when I equal to 0, let x be 0. Okay, so x not equal to 0, and probability is, what is the probability? 1 by 5, because total number of values given, right, or samples given here are, check the count value, it is equal to 5. So the probability of occurrence of each value will be what? 20%, isn't it? Total is 100%. Probability, there are 5 samples, probability of occurrence of each is what? 1 by 5, that is 20%, isn't it? So point, very simple calculation, 0.20 it will be, or 1 by 5. So let us see the summary chart. This is very very important. So you have to first you have to consider the value of I. Okay, then you need to consider in the next column you need to consider the interval, then probability of occurrence, cumulative probability, and slope. Calculation of slope, which contains a formula as per the thesis, so we'll see the formula later. uh, Concentrate on here, value of I from 1 to 5. For our reference we have assumed it from 0x naught, let it be, we are taking it later. So interval, you need to consider the pair of value. So value of x here lies between, check x1, sorry, check here, concentrate carefully, value of x. So x of I minus 1, which is less than x, or less than or equal to x of I, right? So what we have considered is initial value of, see the first parameter x. So I minus 1 value is of course 0, because value of I is what? Value of I by this step is, sorry, value of I is by this step it is 1. So 1 minus 1 is 0, value of I is 0, that is x naught you will be getting. Concentrate, please concentrate. Okay, x 1 minus 1, what will be the value? X naught. Rewind the video, we have discussed about that, isn't it? Value of x naught we have assumed as 0, that is what considered over here, 0.0 less than x less than or equal to. So you have to order the elements, I told you very clearly, you have to order the element, least value should be taken first, followed by the next least value, and so on, right? And the last value will be the highest number or highest value in the list, among the list. So first least value, once you order this contents, is the point value, that is 0.80. This is the least value, isn't it? So 0 to 0.80 x lies between, case number 1. What is the probability? To, since value of n is 5, so probability is 1 by 5. 1 by 5 is what? 20%, or 0.20, right? Cumulative probability, in the sense addition, recall the cumulative content, since from module 1 we are discussing about it, isn't it? So it is 0 plus 0.20 initially, which is 0.20 only. Calculation of slope, we have a formula, I'll tell you that later. So fifth column, the last column, we'll discuss later. Similarly, if you know about the first, you can easily calculate the write the column contents for the remaining as well. So next will be x minus sorry value of x is again lies between x of I minus 1 to x of I. Now what is the next list value? 1.24. 1.24, from where you are starting? 0.8 to 1.24, x should lies between, right? X should lies between 0.80, so this value 0.80 is the initial value, 1.224 next value in the list will be the final value for row 2. Again it is occurrence is probability is 20%, 0.2, cumulative will be 0.2 earlier plus this 20%, so 0.4 it will be. Then next two values, pair of values you take 1.24 to 1.45, 1.24 to 1.45. Okay, again 20% probability, cumulative will be 60%. Then 1.45 to 1.83 you have to take, right? Again 20% of probability, cumulative will be 0.8. Finally 1.83 to 2.76, cumulative will be 100% or 1.0, where probability of this particular will remain same, that is 20%. You can check the content. Okay, about the fifth column contents. So slope calculation AI, there is a formula. The formula for slope calculation, here is the formula. You can calculate it manually. Okay, after calculation we are getting that value. As you can see here, AI or slope, which is calculated or computed as follows. It is very simple. We have written the content. No, there is a column xi minus 1, right? So difference between xi and xi minus 1, you know the value of xi because we have the column for that, and xi minus 1 also we have because we have written the value of x as a range between pair of values are xi minus 1 as well as xi. Take its difference divided by 1 divided by n minus I minus 1 divided by n. Okay, sorry, I divided by n minus I minus 1 divided by n. uh, Otherwise you go for a simplified formula. This is the simplified, please remember the simplified formula, it is enough. Difference between the value of x, that is xi minus 1 divided by 1 by n. Okay, divided by 1 by n, that's it. If you know this formula, easily you can calculate. So xi minus 1, what will be the value? Initially xi value is 0.80. Check the entry. So xi value, this is xi value, this is xi minus, concentrate on the pointer. Xi value 0.80, xi minus 1 will be 0.00, so difference is 0.80 only, divided by 1 by n. Please remember 1 by n, that will come to the numerator again, isn't it? 1 by 0.2, so that 0.2 will come onto the numerator, and 0.2 into whatever the value you have to. Okay, please go for the calculation, right? And you can calculate the value of AI for all the columns. Now we have to compute the CDF, cumulative so yeah, that is cumulative distribution function, CDF. It is calculated as follows, as per the thesis. X equal to f inverse of r, that is x of I minus 1 in addition with a of I in multiplication with r minus I minus 1 by n. Okay, so when you substitute these values, please go through the description once. Please note down the formulas and all, go for the calculation. Okay, at page number 247, once you substitute the values over here, you'll be getting the answer of xi. Okay, fine. Please note down the contents once, you will understand the things. Please note down the contents as well as note down the description over here, which is given at page number 247. If you know the formula, if you remember the formula, easily you can substitute, but initial initial method you need to remember initially how to write the table contents and all. If you know that, easily you can substitute the values and you can go for the computation. Fine. Okay, and just observe the graph as well. The whatever the values we are getting over here, against to that we are plotting the graph. Please concentrate. Okay, note down the contents and all, watch the videos repeatedly, please go through the description given in the textbook. Thank you for watching.